outlets. Second. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one will totally power on. It's got 2 USBs on it.
Okay.
So it's got a push button for selecting which outlet you're selecting, and a pot for selecting the timing. And so it turns the 4 relays on. It's got another relay over here that turns the board on. So I've got 110 going to the cube. What was that grimace about?
Can't say that.
Then I got that coming out and powering the Arduino. So right now everything is dead. I hit this, unless the library gremlins get me.
Dun, dun, dun.
That'll power that up. It'll prompt me for so it's scrolling by outlet 1,
Yep.
outlet 2, outlet 3,
Yep.
all of them are off. And you got to originally referred to it as a vampire killer, because you can plug in your recharger, your little trickle chargers. You can plug your printer in it. If you ever forget to turn your printer off, your printer will only stay on so long, and then turn off. But then he says, well, this thing's always on. So if there are no timers on, then the Arduino kills itself. So he says it's a vampire killer.
Oh,
So right now I have no timers on, so it should only stay on for a minute and then turn off.
that's interesting. And so you have to hit the button again to turn it back on.
So it just turned itself off because there are no outlets on. So if I power it back on and then tell it I want to select one.
Arduino controls the relay.
So right
and
now
you have
I've
a push button in parallel with the
choose outlet
Arduino.
3, affirmative. It's on 4 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour.
Set.
And press the set. Now it'll scroll by and said outlet 4 is off, 1's off, 2's off, 3's going to run for an hour.
Does it start counting down now?
It'll start counting down. And when it gets all the way down, it'll shut itself off.
So do we have just a minute control, or is it only in hours?
Just in hours.
So we need to make it so that it does minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Hours or minutes.
Well, if you're just running your charger, who cares if it's on for 15 minutes or 30 minutes? It's like 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours, or you can turn it to stay on forever. Cool. So I thought I'd bring it in this state before I crammed it all into the box.
Oh yeah, it just said 59. It's counting down.
It's counting down.
Down the minutes.
Yeah.
So machine the pockets in the holes, so the cord will feed through. The screen will pop in there. Red button there. Reset in the middle. Cool.
So thing
kind of even works.
4 timers controlling outlets.
Yeah.
4 outlets.
The original one had eight outlets. He had it in a box this big with 8 outlets on the back, and it's like, well, I don't need that. So I just had to do a little tweaking on the code and the span on the pot. You just take the total range, divide it up, and it just does that.
Great.
Cool.
So on TV this week, a morning show, they have a new type of 3D printer they're going to print shoes with it.
Oh, wow.
And it's not the layer type printer. They're saying they start with a liquid.
Mhm.
And must be hardening the liquid. It's a blob, and they harden the liquid to match the shoe, and it's supposed to be quick. It doesn't take so long, and it's not layers, and it's very adhesive. So they're talking about, and it improves your throughput by multiple orders of magnitude, so you can use it commercially, makes it commercially feasible. So that'll be interesting. Start printing shoes.
Custom made for your
foot. Yeah.
Well, they had some that were crosshairs of lasers, didn't they? And a gel, and where the intersection points would get hot enough
they were doing that with metal and powder.
to react it. And
Yeah, they were printing metal with that process, doing X, Y, and wherever they met, they would turn the powder into a metal.
power, yes.
And so that things are improving.
you get pizzas out of vending machines. And
You could 3D print yourself a pizza.
Well, now
Houses, they are making houses with concrete, 3D printed concrete.
Yeah. I've seen that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing that, yeah.
And they are making food also, cakes decoration and pancakes over the.
Pancakes.
You can design a pancake.
Up there at Miami University, they've got a pancake printer.
Okay.
He didn't show me how it worked, but they've got a pancake printer.
Oh, okay. Walmart's got a robot now that delivers to you. You go in and you put your order number and it plop.
And they also chocolates, 3D shapes,
Oh yeah.
with different densities to have the different flavors. The pasta also. Pasta are made with 3D printers, the shapes of pasta.
Incredible. MakerBot able to do chocolate. We were at one of the, or I was at one of the maker fairs, and they were 3D printing chocolate, giving samples out to everybody.
Get a Raspberry Pi, get chocolate to go along with it.
Did you want to do
It's not
something?
gonna hurt anything if I tell
Cindy, did you want to show us something?
I just bring the small projector and
Dun, dun, dun.
I will show
That's kinda
how
cool.
I make the concept of the
Of the
stuff
lantern,
as
he's
it's
got
in my front yard.
So you got a pumpkin from Home Depot or something and a
No,
projector?
I bought the pumpkins in Walmart, a
Walmart?
real one with different sizes,
Okay.
matching the images.
Okay.
And make with a plastic container. I put another projector inside the plastic container. Make a hole, put a plexiglass with silicone, and a couple of wood sticks run with the platform.
You're putting this inside?
Outside.
Outside, okay.
This is to protect from rain. And
Yeah.
today was ice over the box.
Yeah.
In the morning was under 32.
And some outlying areas got like 29.
So this is a solid state projector?
Yeah, this is one I bought 4 years ago. I tried the concept with it, but now I bought a big one from Amazon.
Oh, okay.
That is 5 times more intensity.
Okay, your new one's
It costs
5 times.
$100,
Mhm. How many lumens is that?
50 or something.
50 very low
Very
lumens,
low.
okay.
If we want to see something, we need to turn off the lights.
Somebody will leave on me.
I have mine here,
They've been trained.
my own power.
Ah, okay.
I tried to use the SD card with this one, but it's impossible to find the format. They say that you can use MP4, but it doesn't work. I check in internet all the web page about this stuff. It's impossible to try to play from the SD card. It's a characteristic of in the brochure, but no way. But you can use the VGA port, but I don't want to have a laptop outside
Yeah.
connected.
It doesn't have internal memory?
That's what he's
Yeah,
saying.
but it's,
The SD card doesn't work.
It's
It's
one.
supposed to play MP4.
Oh, okay. So it only takes an external source.
Well, yeah. Well,
I thought maybe
the internal
That
didn't work.
was the next thing I was. The problem is the format of the video. The MP4, but with 8000 by 600 resolution with the codec number. I tried everything.
MP4 has got a million
No way, no way.
combinations of stuff. I was just reading the new 1080p version of what they're doing with MP4, and there's a subletter. It's bizarre.
I made more than 10 versions of the video in different formats. No way.
Yeah.
All of them works using the VGA, but not directly.
And some of the SD chips are really picky too. I've run into that.
But this is an old projector also.
Yeah, and that's the trouble with MP4. It's all over the place. All of them are all over the place.
It's looking for some weird codec that only it wants or likes.
Some order here.
And now they're selling the phones with projectors on them.
Oh.
It's like
Those
360.
Moto phones.
Yeah, Moto's selling. I think selling Moto Z.
They got all these different attachments.
But you can buy the projectors for like $30. Seriously, not a very low lumens.
I ran to put this together because I arrived at home an hour ago.
Oh.
I was close to Middletown looking with my wife for some kind of paint that was basic or something like to paint reclaimed wood. This kind of. I hope this works. On.
It's the router anyway. You got a bad router. Is that a Bluetooth router? Could be.
It's not the router.
No.
Oh.
Bluetooth routers are the best.
It's Trump calling me again.
Oh.
Oh man, at least God didn't call you. God calls Kenny. Another call from God.
Yeah.
Send him the voicemail, he says. You got your lunch nap in, Kenny. You should be good to go.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, you turn the lights off now.
Yeah, I
Sleep
just
on.
invited him, didn't I? Getting that to switch to projector mode is usually the trick.
It's Windows P.
Windows P?
The Windows key and the P.
7.
Oh, okay. I used to try, they had one where
I
you,
need light. Here it's control something.
A Windows P, he was saying, Windows key and P. Do you have a Windows key? Windows.
What one is this?
It's one of those.
Yeah, one of those, but I can see the.
Oh,
You want the lights on for a sec?
don't know. Something just installed.
I made the Windows intuitive.
This one?
Mind reader.
If you want to use it's the FN key.
That's what you all dressed up for.
Functions, yeah, functions.
Go to church.
There you go. Yours
There
is,
you go.
yours is nice. It actually lets you do that. Walking.
Boot the PC with it attached if it's not finding it. Ah, it's blue.
There it is.
Okay. Oh yeah, that orange picks it up pretty good, doesn't it?
That's just creepy. If I was a kid and I saw that,
Oh yeah. We need to set that up here and let the people walking by see that. The library would want another one of your projects.
I went to Walmart, they have a lot of pumpkins outside. And I choose one big and,
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
flat, one big one, and one like this. More or less.
So where'd you find the videos?
In YouTube, there are a lot of videos. I use it's a function in Chrome, the browser, to copy the URL or something in a program that I have for video recording. It's a little tricky, but works.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, that orange lights up, reflects well off the
yeah, it sure does.
pumpkin. They have projectors. You guys seen the projectors where they're projecting the stars and all that stuff on your house?
Yeah.
They have one now that projects videos, and you put a white screen up on your window, and it shows zombies and skeletons and all that stuff.
it's something similar to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one works
that
perfect
pumpkin
for the
fits
middle.
Perfect.
You found some You found the right size pumpkins too. That's amazing.
I guess you gotta respect the ratios between them
Move,
and change the distance.
move the distance back and forth. Move the camera. Brrr.
Cool.
I have the video of the real stuff working. I can cast to them. I can and I cannot.
No, you can if you
have
like.
it.
You've got to connect to that router.
It's automation technology.
Automation technology.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Which one is this?
Automation technology. You're already connected to it. You're already good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Then
Open your.
this- done. Okay.
Pretty neat.
Chrome.
It's stuff is here.
Now this could get you in a bunch of trouble. These little projectors could be really
Oh, you
bad.
missed it.
Hey, Frank.
You missed the special.
No, you'll see it. It'll be up on the top. It'll be up on the big screen here. in a second. Go to Chrome.
Oh, you recorded it?
Really back to this after the.
Frank come in going like, what the heck are you guys doing?
Contagious.
Mushroom treatment.
Stop this.
It is not.
Okay. Comcast. Thinking. It's a processor with artificial
You can't find
intelligence.
any.
What?
Can't find any casting there. No. You can't find any casting devices.
Right?
I don't know.
Was stolen.
You're corrected to Chromecast and you got the right reconnect to automation technology
Already connected.
and may want to reconnect.
Let's try.
Do you find the Chromecast anytime? No? Yeah, reconnect.
I will disconnect and connect.
Yeah.
Okay. Connect.
But it's the router, so.
Yeah, the router's being really slow again. There it is.
There it is.
Gotta do something with this router.
Well,
Shoot.
we had the same thing with your
I know.
good D-Link.
I know.
It's that
I
port.
know.
You need to talk to that guy.
So it's a library problem.
Yeah.
More or
That's our
less,
story.
Yeah.
Because we had the same trouble with D-Link. We had trouble with everything.
The Linksys router, the other that other portable router we have,
Yeah.
they all have
Issues.
they all work fine if you go outside of the library. They're great. It's the library.
It's all, yeah.
Want to see if I can try?
Oh, something.
No.
There we go. Now you got it. Now you
Okay.
And now you can put a white screen up across your window and project Walking Dead on your screens or skeletons or whatever you want. People driving by.
So you project it from inside your house?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was thinking, yeah, you put something
Nope.
project from
You've lost
the yard out.
connection. Something happened.
If it was a screen, yeah, you'd be able to project from inside.
Yep.
You can do either.
Can you connect easier?
Maybe.
Go to Google Plus and look for the
Yeah.
video.
There it is, Frank. See the pumpkin? The neem pumpkin.
Hey, Jeremy. Look at this show.
That's just a regular pumpkin.
A regular, yeah, not a real pumpkin, but a one from Walmart, or this plastic one that he got that fits the.
He's got 3 of them at home, and they've ratioed
size
the
up.
size, so he can do 3 in a row.
Got 3 different sizes, yeah.
And he's got a bigger projector at home.
Oh, that one matches the middle one perfect.
So what kind of projector is it?
That's a 50 lumen, older one he said he had. You got a 100 lumen one from
The one I bought from Amazon is 200.
200 lumen? Okay.
You have to are you using your phone?
It's not really doing it, is it? There's the real thing in very small scale.
Try sideways. Can you change the width?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Yeah, I can use this for contrast. Let me try this.
It's not working as well as it.
Let me try with this. Fast.
Or it's a little bigger. Are you connected to automation technology on your phone? No.
He's just going.
He's just doing stuff.
Yeah. He's not going through the library regular.
That's what it looks like for real at his place.
Oh, okay.
In small scale.
Cool.
So anyway, that didn't quite as work as well as it.
Connection.
Let's see. Let me disconnect because I think that's one of the things this thing has problems with. Too many things connected to
I
it.
still connecting to the connection.
Yeah, I just disconnected, so you should. There.
Connected.
See, I think that's what it's got a problem with how many devices are connected to it.
Well, how many are right now? 4?
Yeah,
That's just a lot.
not enough to make a.
Should make it.
Should be able to.
This is right.
That's the right one, yeah. You don't want to change your. You're making actual changes to the Chromecast. How do you get into that?
I had the same problem with using Home. I got into changing the background instead of casting the screen. And I said cast the screen and it changed the background. I could select the background that was playing up there. I didn't want to do that. So Home is kind of,
Cast.
oh, there it goes. Something's happening.
Now you're casting something.
Okay, Google Photos.
Okay, you're casting, but not what you want to cast.
Their program is a bit wacky.
Well, they've done some changes on it, and now it's
Bizarre.
now it's not as intuitive as it used to be.
There you go. They're getting taken after Microsoft.
It used to be very straightforward what to do. I don't know. They sort of saw it, sort of.
You got it all set for Halloween? I mean, at home, Vicente?
Yep.
You got it set up for Halloween? You have it set up for Halloween.
That picture you showed was the actual setup.
This was the concept I did to plan the other thing, the other stuff. I bought the big pumpkins on Walmart. And put outside, I bought a bigger projector with an SD MP4 video, this one. And it's working, you know, in the night at home.
There, that's huge.
That's his actual home.
This
there.
is the actual one, that's at home. By day, right?
That's daytime.
Come on, actually play. There it is. There it is,
There it
actually
comes.
full size. I don't know why I did.
Yeah.
Don't ask.
My neighbors ask for, where you bought it? Oh. The chairs and the table was $5 in a Yale sale a month ago.
That would just creep me out if I was a kid.
Oh, yeah, but it's awesome.
I think we're candidate, they'd come.
So you did it on a budget, it looks fantastic.
And a projector you have
I
at home?
spent in total 150.
That's
But
pretty.
there are projectors cheaper for 70 something.
Wow.
And the projector you have at home will work off an SD card?
Mhm.
Projector you working at home, you don't have to hook your laptop to?
No, just with the SD card.
Okay.
Works perfectly.
Okay.
There is a new one from Amazon.
That looks spectacular.
You got the model number on the Google Plus?
I can put the model, yes. It's the more popular. It has a stamp with a Amazon say the seller when is the most item with the most
Okay.
sales. They
Uh-huh.
put a sign close to the product.
Oh, okay.
I put all the stuff in the.
And then Google Plus. He has it set up on Google Plus, so you can look at it in there. See, we got him on Google Plus. Zero. So you want to do it? How you did?
Okay, it worked once, twice. It's killed itself now. There, woo!
Chicken in again.
See, even that would creep me out.
But in YouTube you can find videos for the same pumpkins singing, telling jokes,
Oh, okay.
talking to each other.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
And Yes, well, you're not casting from the.
I'm casting from my phone.
If I was a 5-year-old kid, I'd be having nightmares for about a week.
I finally got the phone to do it full size. And
Cool.
Well, Disney use this technique for almost everything in their shows. They have characters with the shape of the character, but without just painting in white, and they project the
So you get the dimensions.
yeah, they adjust.
The dimensional effect, that's cool.
Well, that really is something.
That's it.
that's it. Stop casting.
Cool. That was a good one.
Very good.
Volume.
Stop casting. Okay. It will make you the hit of the neighborhood. Go back to Vincent's house.
Originally, I was planning to use this projector. You remember I made a laser detector with your lens?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I need to know exactly where is the spot where the detector is looking at, to put the laser in this spot exactly.
Okay.
I am planning to use the Arduino to send to processing a software in the PC to use the projector. And Arduino is checking the intensity of the sensor, right?
Mm-hmm.
The projector will project a square Y
Oh, okay.
in a corner of the screen and compute the intensity. Turn off another one, and choose the brightest one. And then divide in 4 again, and choose the brightest one, and then you go until you find exactly where is the spot where the sensor receives more intensity.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the processing software, you paint a red cross in the screen, and with the laser pointer, you go exactly to the cross,
To that point. Okay.
and then your sensor is calibrated
Oh, okay.
to sense exactly what the sensor is looking at. I will show that when it's finished. It's a way to calibrate the laser to put the spot exactly in the place where the lens is looking at, because there is no way to. It's only one sensor. It's not an image. It's just a point,
Mm-hmm.
and I need to know where to put the laser. I can do my hand moving, but it's almost impossible to find where is the maximum of
Yeah.
the 2D.
Without taking up a week trying to find it.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
Okay.
I bring this because you asked in the mail, but I have to pick up all the stuff and put together in 10 minutes. That's it.
Cool. Well, yeah,
Probably
it
when you
was,
turn the lights back on.
and it was good you had the time to do that. That was nice. Thanks. And we like those drop-ins, short drop-ins, showing us what you did. There's some work involved in getting that together. We appreciate that.
Okay. I'm happy
Just
to
as-
bring that.
How much was the projector?
Excuse me?
How much was the projector?
I don't know, because I bought it 5 years ago.
That's just a
This is
20 watt.
Today you can buy, I think it's cost $200. Now for $50 you buy something.
Yeah.
Way better than this. Way better.
Walmart has one. I think it's like 55 or 60 bucks, and I was waiting for them to put them on sale when Halloween's over. But it's probably very similar to that because it was meant for the indoors. But it says that the SD card on it works. I don't know.
Usually you turn off it, but don't disconnect because the fan continues.
It gets hot. Yeah.
It's very hot.
Yeah.
So my demo this week is on the SV3C camera. I've been looking for something that's iSpy compatible. iSpy is a software I use for my home computer to monitor the cameras. I got two systems. I've got the new OnVIF compatible stuff, and I've got, which is compatible with your cell phone and just about everything but your PC, and they record inside. And I need something for my monitoring system, for my iSpy monitoring system. And OnVIF was not compatible. I've been unable to get the StreetCam onto iSpy to work. And so I'm trying these cameras. This is a PoE, power over Ethernet. They have a, you can buy a special hub or an adapter or whatever and run power over your Ethernet cable. So instead of having a power cable and an Ethernet cable, you can do it all at once in one cable. This is just ridiculous here. No cast destinations found. That's coming back. 80. No cast station found. Need help? Yeah, I need help, all right. But
You were just casting too. That's the crazy
Yeah.
thing about it.
it was fine. Secured. Okay. Let's try the other option. Okay, it's back.
There it is.
Okay. Okay, get that down. Okay. So I found this. This is I was looking and I saw they have these 2 megapixel cameras now. This is a 2 megapixel 1080p. It turns out 1080p is about, the standard is about 2 megapixels. I think it's 2.1 megapixels actually, but these are 2 megapixel cameras, and this one was $45. You can get them for about $35, and it's PoE, like I say, and you can just run one cable out to this guy, and you're done. The old ones, you had a power cable, 12 volts or 5 volts, and you had the
24,
Ethernet.
I think.
I have one on the front door like that. You could have more leads, you have sound.
PoE is 24, or used to be 24, I think.
Yeah, they vary. It depends. You can actually change the source on some of them,
Okay.
and it's actually 24 or even more. So I hadn't looked at the standards yet.
Because
But
the,
now-
the cable is Ethernet has a cable with a maximum 1 amp. It's a very thin cable.
Oh, okay.
If you want to send energy, you need to increase the voltage.
Yeah,
That's why.
to lower your current. Okay. Okay. So
They use inverters in the equipment then to step down the voltage. But
okay. So these guys are cheap, $36, $37 for that, and it's PoE. And I had a couple that were wired. I said, okay, I could use these. The old ones were 640 by 480, and what I found out was I have 2 to cover my driveway. Well, with my new street cams, the 2 megapixels, I can cover the driveway with 1 camera, and that's the big advantage. It's not improved resolution. You're not seeing stuff better. You're just seeing more stuff. So I picked up this guy.
how is the night vision? Right.
How
By night?
Night vision is fine. It's
Fine.
actually better than my others in ways. But this is a fixed camera, 2 megapixel. The 5 megapixels are out now, and I'm really interested in 5 megapixels, but they're about $60 or so. So I'm not ready for them yet. And these are OnVIF compliant, and the reason I bought this one too is it says it's specifically iSpy compatible. So okay, I can get it on iSpy. So I plug it in and I don't see it. I connected to my, and you can try to figure out what, I don't know what's going on. I plugged it in, I'm using a cable to my router. And it's Ethernet. And I plug in and I look for it and I can't see it. And then I said, okay, well, I tried another laptop and Wi-Fi and I found it. And so I'll go to this one, turn on Wi-Fi, and it finds it. And then when I turn it back to the Ethernet, it's fine. So some way it's advertising, it's not getting to me, but I finally found it. Works, does work on iSpy, and the resolution is good. And let's see, and it is on VIF, and then, and it's significantly better than the other cameras.
You're not having any trouble with running this wire. Because the wired cameras are, they've always been nice. It's just the idea that you have to run all that wire.
Well, I already had some wired cameras.
Okay, so you already set up.
Yep. Man, this is going crazy on me. Try it again.
So it's been a little while since I've posted a video. I'm actually.
I found this guy
had a whole lot of stuff going on.
that,
but a few weeks ago, I reviewed the Arlo Pro cameras, and I had
now
a lot
this
of
is
questions
going
related
crazy.
to the
I'll
cameras.
stop it and try it again. Jeez, oh Pete, this is a pain. There it is. Cast desktop. There's no cast destination. It lost it again. Let's see if I can try the cast option again. No cast. The connection is darked out. If they drop the connection to the router, that's weird. So what can we do to make this closer to that?
I will close mine.
Can't connect to this network.
You think we should, I'll reset the router.
Connected, secured.
That's the universal fix. Reset the router.
Actually, it actually may be too close.
Too close.
Yeah. Weird thing. I was doing something and was with one of the ESP 8266s and something else, and I was having a terrible time getting the two things to talk to each other. I moved the ESP about 20 feet away from it. Worked no problem. Something about the signal actually is so powerful that it was so much that was
Saturated.
yeah, overdriving the input on the
Cast
other.
destination not found.
I don't know what to tell you. We could try to move it down there, maybe.
Try booting the Chromecast. Let's see if it finds it this time. Reboot the Chromecast.
Redo the Chromecast.
Maybe it's the Chromecast is down.
It's showing pictures though. So.
Might try my other Chromecast unit. Here it is. Now I don't know what the heck that's supposed to be. I'll stop it and restart it. Cast desktop. There. Share. Okay. This guy has a good, see if he'll go this time.
A little had a whole lot of stuff going on.
It's Wi-Fi. Can't handle all the pixels.
Can't handle all the pixels.
Have you ever tried to stream on a router
I want to
versus
tell you everything you
direct
need to know
Ethernet
about security
connection for
cameras. So
HT? You get a lot more buffering with Wi-Fi. Perfect when you do Ethernet, 100 megabit Ethernet, you get a perfect picture.
indoor cameras, dome cameras,
You
PTZ
killed
cameras,
Chromecast.
and bullet cameras. Now, fixed indoor cameras
All
are
right,
stationary
let's just
cameras,
listen to
but
what
I
he's
do wanna
saying.
cover some of those
This
questions
guy's pretty knowledgeable about security cameras anyway.
cameras. And I had a lot of questions related to camera systems and just security cameras or whatever. So I do want to cover some of those questions, and I want to tell you everything you need to know about security cameras. So stay tuned.
If you connected a cable instead of Chromecast, it probably be perfect.
Yeah.
So when it comes to security cameras, you have 4 different types. You have fixed indoor cameras, dome cameras, PTZ cameras, and bullet cameras. Now, fixed indoor cameras are stationary cameras that come in a variety of different styles, and these have become really, really popular.
So the fixed indoor camera is like your webcam. It's just a fixed camera. Some of them are wired, some of them are wireless.
Dome cameras are what you would typically
The dome cameras are like the ones you see in Walmart, the stores.
in a ceiling of a department store or in public places. PTZ cameras or pan tilt zoom cameras allow you to pan side to side, tilt up and down, and zoom remotely. Bullet cameras.
PTZ, pan tilt zoom, and that's what the Shree cams are. They're pan tilt zooms, and they're also wireless or Wi-Fi. And then the bullet camera is the one I was showing you that I've got. That's the cheapo.
Larger than the other options, but these are most commonly found in most security camera kits. Now, aside from camera types, I want to break these cameras down into 2 categories. One is going to be wireless, and the other is going to be wired. Now, there are.
See if I brought my adapter. I could do HDMI. That just stinks, though, that Chromecast won't do that. Or Wi-Fi won't do that. We should have the bandwidth here. Seriously.
Is that a G route? The Wi-Fi, is it a G?
It's
a G and N.
It's an N, yeah.
But you're not transmitting in. You're probably G from your laptop.
It does 5 gigahertz. That's got to be in.
Is that the laptop doesn't look that new?
No, it's 5-6 years old, but the N's been around. Yeah, I can see both my my 5 and my 2.4 gigahertz routers at home and select either one. So it's just I got to be in. We got some issue here that we gotta crack that. And that could be signal strength. Hard to say what it is.
I don't know. I'm getting a little. It's a lot frustrating. It's. I mean, you're right. Every router we tried, eventually it does this.
Let's see if I just do a single tab. See if it's back. Yeah, it appears to be back. Cast to, cast tab. Okay. I'll just cast the tab, see if that helps it.
Just leave it small like that. That should help. Don't go full screen.
Okay.
Are pros and cons to both. This has gotten really popular over the past decade or so. People use them for general surveillance, baby monitors, or just to see what's going on. Now, there are two different types of wireless cameras. And you have wire-free cameras. Now, it's kind of complicated, but
It's not buffering up. See, it's got buffer there. He's further along. One of the new cameras that's out, and I have one. These are, you got wireless cameras, and those are, you know, the 2.4 gigahertz typically for the ones I play with.
Power.
And
It's a battery.
yeah, power, and the wireless ones are wire-free, is the new term, and they have no battery. They only battery. So you just stick them up there.
How long is the battery gonna last?
Well, the one that I bought,
And
a
then,
year.
then you recharge every week or so.
This one's supposed to last up to a year.
Wow.
But if you have it in a high traffic area, no.
No,
Okay.
you spend a lot of energy trying to send the video.
If you have if nothing's there, and this one, the one I like about mine is it has a PIR on it built in. So if you're not triggering it a lot, it should last months. I think it does like an hour and a half of actual recording. But if you just have periodic movement, they're supposed to last a long time. This one says up to a year, but that's probably with nothing. And it's very simple. It's like this tall, and it has a swivel head and has PIR on the front. And that one shows the bottom thing is probably PIR. That's where my PIR is, that little bottom bubble. So it's that's the latest thing. And this
How
is
much is this one?
mine is 2 megabit camera. It's like $50.
it'll make more sense in a second. So traditional Wi-Fi cameras, also known as IP cameras, have a power cord that has to be plugged into the wall in order to power the camera. Now this is true for indoor and outdoor wireless cameras. Now this is a wireless camera, but for an outdoor camera, it can be a pain considering that you have to drill into your house, take the wire inside the house to plug the wall. Now the other type of wireless camera I want to talk about are wire-free cameras. Now these cameras are battery operated and you can connect through no wires, it be placed just about anywhere you want. And some wire-free cameras like the Arlo, Canary, or the Ring stick-up cam are also weather resistant, so they can also be placed outside. Now do keep in mind that some of these wire-free cameras, like example, the Arlo camera, does have a base station. The cameras themselves are wireless. You do have to wire that to your router. Now, when it comes to wired cameras, you also have two different types of cameras. Analog camera.
Died.
Totally died.
With
died.
those cameras, I want to explain the difference between a DVR and an NVR. So a DVR, or digital video recorder, is a box that you're going to connect your analog cameras to. That's going to.
The DVR is wired, and they're BNC, typically BNC connectors. I'm sure there are variations of that. The NVRs are the network connected. Those are the Wi-Fi's, and they've got those down pretty good. They got those cheaper too, like $250. One of the problems with the network NVRs is you run out of bandwidth. If you got, like I'm running out of bandwidth, and I just got 640 by 480 VGA resolution cameras. If you're running 5 gigahertz or 5 megapixels, and all your cameras are 5 megapixels and you're running uncompressed, you're going to die. One of the things I noticed about my wireless cameras, wire-free cameras, is it takes, it'll have 20 minutes of video and it'll be 80 meg. And that's big. I'm used to much more compression, and it's not very efficient. It's not compressed at all. Very good picture though. So let me go back to, if I can, let's connect me now. I'll stop doing the video thing. That's just not working. I do have some still pictures. But we obviously have a throughput problem, and that's the 300 meg router there.
Yeah, I just reset it.
Okay.
Like completely back to factory. So let's. So you probably like have all kinds of problems now because it's completely reset.
Okay.
Set it up.
So this new 2 megapixel camera is got it connected to iSpy, and then I got my one of my old ShreeCam 2 megapixels to connect to iSpy also. And now I don't want the new cameras at all. If I can connect my ShreeCams to iSpy, I'd be done. But I found out that it's only compatible with the old version of iSpy. And the new version appears not to be compatible with the ShreeCams. Oh, man. So we've connected.
There is a new Wi-Fi network.
Okay.
Called HT_B and some numbers. And I think that's the router because I did a factory reset on it.
B3, okay. Connect automatically and connect.
Of course, it's telling,
We got the password problem now, probably. It connected.
there's no password.
Yeah, but can you connect the Chromecast without a password?
Yes. Should be able
Okay.
to. So I'm connected. There's my cell phone. Chromecast now is showing up as meeting TV
Okay.
and not the numbers. So something has definitely changed.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're casting.
Okay.
Cool. It actually told me that.
That's good. See if we can do pictures. Okay, so this is the new camera on the left. And this is my old ShreeCam on the right. This is the wireless one. This is the wired one. This one you can get for $36. This one, and it's an outdoor camera. That's outdoor camera. This one is you can get for probably $40. Probably 44 or so. And it's an indoor camera, which I use outdoors. This is a pan tilt zoom right there. So the picture quality is roughly the same, a little bit different angle for this camera. The colors are pretty good for these cameras. And this is the wire-free camera. I'm using it for the woods. This is a still shot, and the resolution is pretty good. The colors are not that great, but it's it wasn't bright at the time I took that. And actually, this is dark woods there. I've got raccoons trailing through here, and deer.
Does it have a fisheye lens on it or something?
Yeah, there is distortion on these. If you notice on the Sri cams, it does a little of that. And this new camera does a little of that around the edges.
This one's very noticeable.
Okay. But this thing can sit out for a year with no traffic. It's a low traffic area. Uh-oh. Let's see if it lives through this. And these are my old VGA cameras. Oh, you can't see that. Did it blow up?
Are you in a different tab?
Yeah, maybe so.
You're in a different tab.
Well, maybe I can reconnect optimistically. We'll try that. We'll assume everything's perfect.
It's working much better than it was.
Yeah. Task tab. Okay. So this is a turnaround pad here on using VGA, and this is the turnaround pad using the new PoE camera. Notice this VGA is full size. That's full size. Here's the difference in resolution of the camera. Wow. It's not a bigger picture. I mean, it's not a more detailed picture. It's a bigger picture. So this is 1080, and this is VGA. So now I can look at the entire driveway with one camera. Now the resolution appears to be a bit decreased, but the advantage of looking at the whole driveway with one camera is just fantastic. And the 5 megapixels is probably going to get, I could probably do the whole front yard. Now, this one looks pretty linear on the edges right there. Can you see a little bend in there? Yeah. It's
not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. The other one is worse. But as a woods camera, this is really nice. I mean, it's totally off. I question them. You can see a little red light. It stays on. That indicates it's on. And it stays on. It's supposed to be able to keep that red light on for a year. Wow. You can tell it's dim. They're blinking it, probably at a pretty low rate, high ratio. So this is why I'm looking for these cameras. I can get away with fewer cameras. And also these, the street cams tend to be better connectivity and also lower throughput. The compression is quite an advantage in reducing the bandwidth. Okay, so now I got to figure out how to let me close. And if I close it, it'll probably go away. Let's see if I've got another comparison before I switch. Do you think we could broadcast the whole thing? I'm trying.
The only thing I can say is try.
Okay, I gotta go to this and do.
Got one orange jack there. Connects to the TV.
The orange jack is internal Ethernet. The Chromecast is connected over there.
Oh, okay, so that's what's talking to the TV.
Yep. The white jack, I don't know what the white jack is. We plugged it in once and it didn't do anything, so.
So we got 4 orange jacks down here. What are those?
Ethernet.
Oh.
I have no idea what the white jack is for. Maybe
Could it
phone.
be so you could cascade it? Like when you have clubs, you know, you can cascade.
Is that right?
Yeah, there's our raccoon.
Call.
Now this is from a movie clip. I thought I noticed a resolution issue with the movie clips. If the movie clips run more than 3 seconds, they tend to lose resolution for some reason. I don't know if that's an iSpy, probably an iSpy issue.
Maybe it's trying to save space.
I bet the white jacks are phone jacks.
And this is an
I
actual
bet those numbers are
one-shot
extension numbers.
photo. No, that's not
Oh, they have
it.
different numbers on them.
Oh, here's the snapshot right there. And there's an actual snapshot. So not much difference really. The movie looks okay.
So you could plug into those and do a dial-up.
It's probably some sort of digital phone system.
And that's me.
There's you.
Supposedly at the near end of the driveway. That's with the new cam. Looks like a raccoon. What? There's me at the far end of the driveway with the new camera.
There's the raccoon.
Oh, that's me at the near end. Okay. Okay.
Resolution is not quite enough to get a positive ID on a perpetrator, though, is it?
On a raccoon? They don't show the size here. Well, that's a dead giveaway. That's modified. MP4. Those are MP4s.
You are offline. Some functionality may not be available. Okay, so why are you offline? You are connected.
Yeah, I see that sometimes. Oh, here we go. This ought to rip it up pretty good. Whoops, there was a problem. Oh, okay. It's below the maximum size. Oh, okay, so they can't download it. This is AVI and with no compression. See, it's 32 meg. These other files you've been seeing, they're small. Those videos are, 150K, 200K, and this one's 68 meg. Still going. That little wire-free camera will take up to 32.
Hey, there's a raccoon.
There's a little Rocky raccoon.
Oh, he's actually coming right up to the camera.
To the light. He's drawn to the light.
He ate the cables.
He ate the
There's
camera.
no cable.
Just stopped.
I don't know if it's, I don't know who blew up here. Okay.
You froze. Something froze on your computer, I think.
See if I can kill it. Oh, offline. At home, I expect this because I got 6 megabyte throughput, but here, really don't expect to do that.
What kind of throughput do they have here? I know it wasn't what we expected.
Byte or bit?
Yeah.
They have a big pipe, but you don't have access to it all.
It's down is out is good, in is bad, but we got trouble with all kinds of stuff. Oh yeah, it's getting worse. I'm hung.
I am
Doing a speed check.
getting 20-ish down. I am getting almost 50 up.
Yeah, reverse. But 20 down should be fine.
20 down is really good. 50 up is like phenomenal.
Okay, so anyhow, the PoE camera was a success. The resolution is good. Not too distorted on the edges. Cheaper, and it looks like they're getting even cheaper. There's another company out that's just cutting the market tremendously. They're selling these cameras for like $45, the 2 megapixels, and now the 5 megapixels are coming out and putting pressure on the market. The StreetCams have gone up a bit. The PTZ Wi-Fi ones, they're 45 or 46 now. So anyhow, had fun. I also had some adventures with the extenders, Wi-Fi extenders, having trouble with my barn. I got a Wi-Fi extender going out there, and I noticed that it was dropping out. So I adjusted my Wi-Fi router in the house to have a better view, put it above the refrigerator so it wouldn't have to go through a wall and the refrigerator. I moved it up. Seems to be better. What I see and what I read is common is that these extenders need to be halfway between where you are and your objective. Okay, and I don't have a place to put it halfway, so I put it further down. This helped. And what you see when you have a problem is they drop out. And I got a new Wi-Fi analyzer program for my cell phone and for my new Chromebook, and it works good. You can see shows you the various networks that are out there, and you can see it dropping out. And it'll do a trend, so you can see it drop out. And it was dropping out like once every 30 seconds. And now it can go for minutes without dropping out. And it only drops out for like a second. And if you're doing what I do with the video cameras, you won't notice that because you're typically 2, 3, 4 seconds behind. So if it drops out for a half a second, you won't even notice that. A half a second every few minutes. So these guys work, but be aware you really need to be halfway, and they'll drop out sometimes, and that's what they do. They drop out, and you'll see what I'm seeing is that my extender is channel 1, and my router is channel 1. They're using the same channel. So
you're fighting for the same bandwidth.
They're fighting over the same bandwidth. So they said that putting on will cut your throughput. Will actually reduce your throughput. I've got plenty of excess throughput with these guys though, so I shouldn't have a problem. This particular extender is not useful to me because it's in only. So some of my cameras are not in. The Shree cams are all in and G, they don't care.
What kind of extender is that?
This is a ComFast.
I went and got a Netgear.
Oh, okay. And this is a Magic Jack. I got it for $20. Walgreens is getting rid of them. The price for a year of service is $35 now for 1 year.
I can notice that effect with my sump pump. I have 2 monitors going, and one is furthest away. Every now and then it drops out, but you can look at the reports and you can tell. It doesn't make any difference because there's no trigger, but you can tell that it drops out.
Yep.
Periodically.
And that's what extenders do.
Yeah.
And if you're really pushing your throughput, it'll reduce your throughput also to your main router and to this guy. And throughput's not a big issue to me out there.
So what would it take to get that at your midpoint? Just a power source?
Yeah, someplace to plug it in. And that would be in the middle of my backyard. And the way I've got it now, the way I situated my router, I got rid of the problem. So there's really no advantage to get. I did try putting it near the pool pump, and that was okay, but it was a damp area.
You could run some pipe underground.
Yeah.
When I lived in Chicago, whenever I wanted to do something, and I was really kind of into doing electricity.
Still up?
For that matter, even plumbing. If I wanted
It
water
appears to be
someplace,
working,
I wanted to
yeah.
dig it up, ran it through. It was just total silliness. When I think about it now. Because I had one of those garages that was detached.
Mm-hmm.
That garage had everything in it. It had a gas thing. I had this guy who was my office mate. He was into all this stuff. He would come in and get me excited. So got water in the garage.
Meeting TV.
Meeting TV.
Oh.
Yeah, it made me, when I reconnected this time, it made me name the Chromecast. So I just called it Meeting TV.
Hey, okay. I guess if nothing else, I renamed the darn thing. I took the notes from the previous for my previous presentation and turned it into a personal computer security checklist. And I fleshed out a lot of things. Well, most of it's pretty much the same. I just edited so it's less crap. But what I did do is I added a whole bunch of things for shopping.
When did you do that?
I finished it up like just this morning.
Oh, because I'll have to re-download it. I got your older version.
So like I actually expanded quite a few sections down here after the checklist, namely FIDO U2F keys, because I realized the 2 that I was listing, well, both of them, I didn't even specify which one you were supposed to buy. And a lot of their offerings were expensive, like freaking $50 or something. Someone pointed it out to me and I'm like, oh wow, I totally forgot to do that. And so now I just added a whole bunch of other ones and listed the prices for them. So now it doesn't look so crazy freaking expensive.
Are there any real differences between them,
Not particularly. I mean,
other than cost?
well, actually, there's quite a few differences between them, but most of them are physical.
Okay.
I mean, I guess there are some like implementation differences, but to most users they won't really matter.
Yeah.
So I actually put Amazon links in here as well. Like here's like for example the Fido U2F key I had intended to recommend earlier, and they come in as $18. They're the blue ones. I just like to call them. They're the YubiKeys. They're the blue ones because they only have U2F on them. Other than all the other stuff you're probably not going to use, like the BGP key storage and everything. The ones that cost $50 are like that. I added the Thetis device, which is also similar to that. It's a little bit more, weirdly enough, but they look like, what do they look like? They look like that.
Okay.
Oh, there's a sale on. Yay! That's not much of a sale, is it?
Well, you knocked $5 off.
Well, though, I guess other than that, there is a very interesting option here that I ended up adding because I ended up finding this. UTF 0, which actually it's an open source project, and they actually have instructions to make your own, or you can make or you can get a pre-built one for like $9. It's probably the cheapest option here, actually. So you can get this this is it on Amazon. It actually doesn't come with a casing or anything. It's just the board with the USB connector, but it's like $9 and it works. I guess you could. I mean, we're do-it-yourself people here. You could probably fabricate a casing to put around it or something. Or if you want to build your own, they actually have instructions on their site how to build your own, complete with a parts list, which is really cool. So like, you have this parts list here. I guess there's your shopping list if you want to make yourself one of these. They have the source code that you can flash it with. PCBs, how to build it and everything like that. So yeah, if you wanted to make one yourself, that's how you do it.
It may be cheaper just to buy the one for $9.
Yeah.
Well, that's what building it yourself. You can make your own like little form factor there in case because the one that they have is like tiny as heck. So maybe you don't like holding that. And there's a $10 one, and then there's a €15 one. I forget what the conversion rate is. So there's that. Added a whole bunch.
15 pounds would probably be what, $22, $23?
Yeah, so most of them hover about 20, 22, except for these two. Here's a 10 and here's a 9. I added a bunch of authenticator apps because some people didn't know what to use with those. So there's Authy, there's LastPass Authenticator, Mobile. Basically just added a whole bunch of them, including this one I hadn't heard of previously, Authenticator for iOS, that looks pretty good. Free OTP, that's the one I use, and there's Google Authenticator at the bottom, which I know the iOS version is not well maintained for these two, so I don't recommend them at all. So other than that, yeah, I just went ahead, cleaned it up and stuff, and now it's a bit closer to being ready for use.
You'll be pleased to know that I got Let's Encrypt working on IIS.
Oh, sweet, you did?
It worked this time. I don't know what I did different, but
Did you use
I compiled it.
Yeah.
I got it from GitHub, compiled it.
Oh, did you use the cert bot?
No.
They have like
There's one called When Let's Encrypt something. Come up with
they might be doing the same thing. I know they actually have a bunch of scripts on their GitHub for like just auto renewing them for you, so you don't have to keep on going back to do it. But that's a lifesaver. I hate doing that.
Yeah. The one I have, you still have to renew it like less than 90 days or something.
It's 5 till. I gotta kill the stuff. so I
Okay,
can
go
put it
ahead. That's all I wanted to share about. So now, yeah, that's up. It's ready. All that.
Can you do it yourself with this two-step authentication?
Not ready.
People have, a lot of people have.
He was a minute off.
Can you implement it yourself?
Yeah,
for
that's
yourself?
my big go up.
Keep track of
Right,
this stuff,
You
though.
can.
Maybe it's
Well,
alarm.
I guess